Hi there. Good afternoon. What day is this today? It is Tuesday, October 17th. And again, Hot Mess Mama, this is take two. Thank you for all those of you who joined me last week on my very first Facebook Live broadcast as I lamented and expressed to you my concerns and stresses of my son and his issues with reading and me feeling like an inadequate mother because I'm unable to teach him. I was really kind of surprised and shocked and touched that like my Facebook Live had touched over 500 people. There's like 500 views and lots of shares. And I was like, wow, that's really a lot more than I thought that I would reach, but very cool. And because I got lots of reach, got lots of comments. I got great advice from all of you. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. Lots of you either put posts in the comments in the post, or you texted me, or you called me, or you saw me on the street, and you guys had great comments and great advice and great support. And I loved seeing the little hearts and the likes and thumbs up saying, all right, this was good. This was something that meant something to you. So thank you for all of that. I was just really kind of also taken aback by how far reaching this is and who it tends to reach. I was shocked that I was actually reached by his teachers. So my son's teachers actually saw the broadcast, and I didn't know how to react to that. I was like, oh my gosh, did I offend them? Oh my gosh, like I didn't mean to. Like I'm thinking the whole reason why I was doing this is because I'm frustrated, feeling like I'm inadequate. But so anyways, the teachers kind of said, hey, we saw your Facebook Live post. Let's come in and talk. So Monday I went in, I talked with the teachers, and they actually had some really great advice and some really good game plans, and kind of really boosted my confidence as a mom and letting me know that I was doing great things and that he's just going to learn at his own pace. So I feel a lot better about that. And again, great thing about Facebook Live is that it reaches a lot of people and hopefully brings a lot of benefit. But you just got to put yourself out there, and it's kind of really raw and exposing. So I almost said I'm not going to do it again because I feel like it's a lot of responsibility, and I don't know if I can handle criticism or if I could handle hurting someone by some of my views. But I said, you know what? Think about the reason why you're doing these in the first place. You're doing these in the first place because you need help. You need help. And you know what? Go out to Facebook. You got friends out there that can help you and be a great support network. So that's why I decided that I was going to click the button and try again. So here we go. This is what I want to say. Thank you. And I am going to cross my fingers that I'm going to get something out of this and give something back to you, because I'm thinking if I need some help, maybe you do too, or at least a good laugh. So my talk today is about it takes a village. A village. Okay, you hear that phrase a lot, it takes a village. Well, yeah. Let me tell you about a little incident I had at the Harris Teeter. So, and some of you may know this because it was like earth-shattering to me and life-changing. I took my two kids to the Harris Teeter to go shopping, obviously, grocery shopping. It's a grocery store here in, the South. Anyways, and so I took my kids to Harris Teeter, and my, 4-year-old son was kind of wide open running around the store while I've got this like new infant in the cart with me. And so I'm trying to manage her in this cart and my 4-year-old son running around the store and trying to get my groceries. And I'm trying to keep myself composed and keep everybody safe and doing the best I can. And, obviously very frustrated and very alone. I get to the checkout counter, and this older woman stops me at the checkout counter and says, your son ran in front of my cart more than once, and I do not appreciate that. You need to really take better control of your children. And I just kind of looked at her and I said, I am so sorry, ma'am. He's just a little boy, and I'm trying the best that I can. And it really does take a village. And she looked at me and she said, get this, I am not your village. I was like, whoa, okay. I was not expecting that response. So I said, I apologize to her. I said, apologize that I was doing the best I can. I'm here by myself with these little kids. And I really look to people for support. And, it's hard being a mom who's needing all of this help. And she basically said, well, my grandkids would never be running around like this. And my daughter doesn't raise her children like this. And you really need to work on your parenting. And I was horrified, and I felt about this big, and thinking to myself, how could another woman be so critical of another mother? Because we're all that we have. And I was just floored. I didn't even know how to respond. So I get my kids and I get in the car and I finish checking out all my stuff and I get into the car and I'm sobbing in the car. I like barely made it to the car. I was like in the parking lot sobbing, feeling so horrible. And my son's asking me, Mommy, why are you crying? And how do you tell your kid that woman screamed at me because you were misbehaving? Oh my gosh, it was horrendous. I felt so terrible. I cried the whole way home. And I didn't want to go back to that grocery store because in fear that like maybe I offended other grocers or maybe that woman would be there again. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm a terrible mom. What do I do? Right? So I got up the courage to go back to the Harris Teeter and I was going through the checkout line again. And the woman that was checking out my groceries said, hey, you know what? I was here, 2 weeks ago when that whole incident happened. And I've got to say, I'm sorry. She said, if I wasn't in this customer service role, I would have stepped up and said something to her because she was way out of line. And the checker stepped out from around the cash register and I see that she's pregnant and she's like, expecting her first child. And all I could say to her is like, I hope that you never get treated that way because that was horrible. And I felt terrible and I still am horrified by it. So anyways, that being said, you really need to take stock of who is in your village. Okay. I am the village idiot. Welcome to my world. I'm the village idiot. And these are my villagers. Would you like to see my villagers? I have a cast of characters. They're my favorite. These are my villagers. I have Chardonnay, Cabernet, Merlot, Pinot Grigio, Champagne, sparkling wines, and a few cocktails here and there. Yes, that is my village, unfortunately, because I am pretty much a single mother. I mean, it's terrible to say, but my husband is very supportive and awesome, and I love him, but he travels almost 5 days out of the week. And so I'm here by myself with my 2 crazy kids. And, it's not like I don't have any family that are here locally. So I can't really rely on, grandma or sister or anything like that, who might be down the street because they're not. I only have 1 or 2 friends here that I really count on, like in a pinch, like really, like if I have an emergency, I can count them on like less than 1 hand. You got your babysitters, right? But how much can they support you? Although I did have one that was amazing. Maddie, I love you. But then, you got your teachers, which are also people that you really rely on, which I have found out this week, especially. But, who's in your village? Like, you need to take stock of that. And whoever's in your village, you really need to go and thank them and appreciate them and reciprocate. Reciprocate is key. Because it really does. I mean, like how are we in today's society, these mothers, able to manage it all? Because we have to rely on each other. So I'm asking you, if you're out there and you want to be in my village, I would love to have you in my village because God knows I need more villagers than my Chardonnay and my Merlot. So if you do come and be part of my village, I'll be happy to give you a welcome wagon gift. And this would be our little fun Tipsy Tuesday, fun Friday, or I don't know, just because. And that you can have as your welcome gift to my village, if you will. So knowing all of that, I also kind of want to touch upon and ask you what you think about this. There is a point, like I get really jealous. I get really jealous of my friends that have these really great support networks, that have these villages, that have grandma and grandpa who will take their kids so that they can go on a vacation, or they have a sister down the street who can take their kids so, she can go get her hair cut and get her nails done, or just go to a movie, or, have, a really good friend that kind of just says, hey, let's all go out to lunch, and has other kids that, they can tear it up together and you feel welcomed and supported. So like, I feel really like jealous of my friends that have that, especially those that have people that are like willing to really support you when you really need it. Like I'm thinking like, I've got some friends that like, at what point does it become abusive? Like at what point does a mother rely too much on her village and kind of take advantage of that village? I got, because I've been kind of watching and I've been kind of like really surveying the scene because I'm so jealous and I pay a lot of attention to all of these parents. Like, gosh, like I can't imagine. I can't imagine having that kind of support network. And I'm so jealous. I don't even know what to say. So I'm just not going to say anymore. I'm just thinking to myself, at what point do you need to take care of yourself and do these things? And other points going, well, at what point do you need to really rely on a village? Like, where's the balance in all of that? So I'm looking to you. What do you think? Give me some comments. give me a thumbs up that you agree or you disagree, or, what your thoughts are on what's the correct balance of having a village of support and then having to support yourself. So, that's where I'm at today. That's what I'm thinking about as I am struggling with my lack of village. So, like I said, y'all, my village is open. Gates are open. Come on into my crazy village. We call it Crazy Town, or, Wine City. So please join me into my crazy town, because I really need it, because I need help, or maybe just people to commiserate with and have a good laugh on. So thanks so much for listening, and hopefully I can do another one of these Facebook Lives and be a little bit more composed. I'm a little scattered today. But thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.